Hey guys, welcome to our channel. Chill on YouTube. The Red Planet is about to get a little crowded. Three separate missions to Mars were launched by the United States, China, and the United Arab Emirates, and they will all reach Mars soon. The uncrewed missions promise to yield new insights for Earth-bound scientists intent on unraveling the mysteries of the solar system and scanning Mars for signs of extraterrestrial life, as well as enhancing our collective understanding of the cosmos. But the Mars ventures are also the latest landmark in the new geopolitical space race, as the world's most powerful nations once again compete with one another for dominance beyond Earth's surface. Competition in space is heating up, says Christopher Impey, a professor of astronomy and associate dean in the College of Science at the United States-based University of Arizona, U of A. 3 missions arriving at Mars in 1 month is unprecedented, he says. Each of the ventures has different aims and capabilities. The US and Chinese missions, which come against the backdrop of an intensifying geopolitical rivalry between the two nations, include plans to land exploratory rovers on Mars, while the UAE is focused on surveying it from above via an orbiter. So, without any further ado, let's blast off to the cosmic soup and take a trip to Mars! The UAE's Great Space Hope. Named Al-Amal, the Arabic word for hope, the UAE Space Agency's probe represents its first foray into space. Al-Amal will spend 687 days, a period equivalent to 1 year on Mars, gathering information on the Martian atmosphere and surveying the planet's weather patterns throughout its 4 seasons. In doing so, it may shed light on the mystery of Mars' transformation from a warm, wet world, one with an atmosphere thick enough to support liquid water on its surface and potentially capable of supporting life, into the cold and barren planet it is today. Matthew Siegler, a research scientist at the nonprofit US-based Planetary Science Institute, said the probe's findings could help to determine when conditions conducive to life existed on Mars. The Martian atmosphere is presently too thin for liquid water to be stable on the surface, Siegler said. By carefully measuring the atmosphere, we can better model how long ago the atmosphere may have been suitable for liquid water on the surface, and therefore potentially suitable for life, as well as promising to improve our understanding of Mars's past. The craft's research could also guide scientists planning for future missions and enhance their understanding of whether the fourth planet from the Sun has the potential to receive human visitors. Though the UAE designed and paid for this mission, it was built in the US and launched in Japan, so they need to develop the talent domestically to begin to do these types of things on a more regular basis. NASA, Perseverance, and Ingenuity. The USA's latest Mars mission involves a new rover called Perseverance and a helicopter called Ingenuity. Ingenuity is strapped to the belly of the rover. It will descend through the Martian atmosphere at a speed of about 20,000 kilometers per hour or 12,000 miles per hour. It will be slowed with a parachute and a powered descent to about 3.2 kilometers per hour. Then, a large sky crane will lower the rover on 3 birdie cords until it lands softly on 6 wheels. That's the plan anyway. NASA has landed a number of rovers on Mars over the years, but as it says itself, landing on Mars is hard. NASA describes Perseverance as a robotic astrobiologist. It is the largest and most sophisticated rover ever sent to the red planet's surface. Perseverance is about 10 feet long, not including its robotic arm, which is 9 feet wide and 7 feet tall, or for those of you on the metric system, that's about 3 meters long, 2.7 meters wide, and 2.2 meters tall. Perseverance weighs less than a compact car. Like Curiosity, Perseverance has a rectangular body, 6 wheels, a robotic arm, a drill for sampling rocks, cameras, and scientific instruments. But those instruments are quite different from the gear aboard Curiosity because the two rovers have divergent goals. Curiosity's main task involves assessing the habitability of ancient Mars, whereas Perseverance will hunt for evidence of ancient Martians. Perseverance will look for signs of ancient Martian life. It will also demonstrate technologies for making oxygen from the Martian atmosphere. It is hoped the mission will prepare the ground for future human missions to Mars and our moon. China, Tianwen-1, questions to heaven. It's the first time the country has managed to get a spacecraft to the Red Planet, and it comes a day after the United Arab Emirates accomplished the same feat. Tianwen-1, or Questions to Heaven, comprises an orbiter and a rover. Engineers will bide their time before dispatching the wheeled robot to the surface, but the expectation is that this will happen in May or June. Tianwen-1's mission, particularly the surface element, will be no less challenging. Its 5-ton spacecraft stack, made up of orbiter and rover, was launched from Wenchang Spaceport in July and traveled nearly 500 million kilometers to rendezvous with the Red Planet. Engineers had planned a 14-minute braking burn on the orbiter's 3,000 neutron thruster, with the expectation that this would reduce its 23 km per second velocity sufficiently to allow capture by Mars's gravity. This maneuver had to be automated. Radio commands currently take 11 minutes to traverse the 190 million kilometers now separating Earth from Mars. It should have put Tianwen-1 in an initial large ellipse that comes in as close as 400 kilometers from the surface and out as far as 180,000 kilometers. This will be trimmed over time to become tighter and more circularized. A tall mast carries cameras to take pictures and aid navigation. 5 additional instruments will help assess the mineralogy of local rocks and look for any watery ice. A key experiment will be ground-penetrating radar, which should be able to sense geological layers at depths of many meters. This surface investigation is really only half the mission. However, because the orbiter that has been shepherding the rover will also study the planet using a suite of 7 remote sensing instruments. Like previous satellites, this spacecraft will observe characteristics of the high atmosphere and examine the structure and composition of the surface. High and medium resolution cameras should return some impressive pictures. I can't wait to see them. So, this is the end of the video. UAE, US, and Chinese missions to prepare to explore Mars. We hope you really enjoyed it. Thanks for tuning in. But before you go, subscribe, like, and share the video, and don't forget, hit the bell icon to check out our interesting videos made just for you.